Hello, everyone, and welcome to the number one English podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jake. How are you doing today, Emma?
I'm doing fantastic. I've been really looking forward to today's topic.
Same here. Today we're going to talk about something we all do shopping, both the in person experiences and the online ones.
Exactly. We'll listen to a realistic conversation and then go through some important vocabulary, useful expressions, and, of course, a few fun stories. So make yourself comfortable.
Before we begin, we have a small request for our listeners. If you enjoy our podcast, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please help us spread the love of learning English. Thank you for being part of this journey.
Now let's get started with today's episode.
Great. We have a conversation between two friends, David and Laura, about their shopping experiences.
Shopping is something we all take part in, so this should be super relatable and helpful for our listeners.
Mhm. But before we hear the conversation, let's go over a few words in our segment called
Vocabulary highlight.
We have two words for you today. The first one is frustrating. Say it with us. Frustrating, 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 frustrating.
This word means something that makes you feel annoyed or upset.
Right. For example, it was frustrating to wait in a long line.
Perfect. Once I was trying to assemble some furniture from a big store and I lost a single tiny screw. It was so frustrating.
Oh no, I've been there. I once tried to bake a cake, but I kept forgetting ingredients. By the time I finished, it was a complete disaster.
Talk about frustrating.
That really does sound frustrating.
The next word is nightmare. Say it with us. Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
This means a very bad or unpleasant experience. Like, the traffic was a nightmare today.
I remember one time I missed my flight because of traffic. It was a total nightmare. I ended up spending the night at the airport.
That sounds rough. I had a nightmare experience once at an amusement park. I got stuck on a roller coaster for over an hour. It was fun for the first few minutes, but then it turned into a nightmare.
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
So now we're ready to listen to the dialogue for the first time. As always, it will be played at normal speed. But don't worry if you don't catch everything right away.
Right, we'll come back and explain all the key phrases and vocabulary.
All right, let's listen as two friends talk about their shopping experiences.
Hey, David.
Hey, Laura. You look a bit stressed. Everything okay?
I just had one of the most frustrating shopping experiences ever.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, I went to the mall to buy a dress for my cousin's wedding. I thought it would be simple and quick, but no, it turned into a complete nightmare.
Really? What went wrong?
To begin with, the store was absolutely packed. I waited in line forever just to get into a fitting room to try on one dress.
Ugh, I hate when that happens. Did you at least get to try it on?
I did, but the dress didn't fit right. The size was off, and of course, they were out of every other size.
That's so annoying. Why didn't you just shop online?
I considered it, but I wanted to see the dress in person. Sometimes clothes look totally different on the website than they do in real life.
True, but online shopping is so much more convenient. You don't have to deal with the crowds or waiting in line.
I know. That's exactly what I did after I left the mall. I went home, found the same dress online, and it was on sale too.
See? That's the great thing about online shopping. No crowds, no pressure.
Exactly. But now I'm worried. What if it doesn't fit? Returning it might be such a hassle.
That can be tricky, but more and more stores offer free returns now, which makes things easier.
I hope so. I just want to get this whole dress situation sorted without any more drama.
Totally understandable. At least you have a backup plan. By the way, did you find any other good deals online?
Yes, I also found a pair of shoes that matched the dress perfectly, and they were 20% off.
Nice. Sounds like everything worked out after all.
It really did. I think next time I'll just start online and save myself the stress.
Good idea. Although, sometimes it is nice to see things in person before buying.
Totally. There's something about actually touching the fabric and seeing how it looks under real lighting.
Agreed. Some days, online is perfect. Other times, a real store just feels right.
Exactly. Anyway, the wedding's next weekend. Fingers crossed that everything arrives in time.
Good luck, Laura. I'm sure it'll all work out.
Thanks, David. Talk to you later.
That was a really great example of how shopping can go from fun to frustrating very quickly.
Definitely. And there were a lot of useful expressions in that conversation, too. So let's break down some of the more difficult words and expressions they used in.
Language Explorer. Let's start with the word convenient. Convenient means something that is easy to use or fits well into your daily routine.
Exactly. For example, online shopping is convenient because you don't have to leave your house.
Or it's convenient to live close to your workplace.
Another word is hassle. A hassle is something that's annoying or inconvenient to deal with.
Like, returning a package without a receipt can be a hassle.
Right. Or trying to park downtown during rush hour is such a hassle.
The next word is tricky. Tricky means difficult or complicated to handle.
For instance, some of those puzzle games are really tricky.
Or it can be tricky to cook something new without a recipe.
Now, let's talk about sorted. If something is sorted, that means it's resolved, fixed, or organized.
Like in I finally got my travel plans sorted.
Or she needs to get her finances sorted before the end of the year.
Last word, drama. Drama in this context doesn't mean a TV show. It means a stressful or difficult situation, usually involving emotions.
Exactly. Like, I just want a peaceful evening without any drama.
Or there was a lot of drama at work this week.
Nice work. Now that we've explored the vocabulary, let's move on to our next segment.
Fluency focus. Here we focus on some useful expressions that help you sound more natural in everyday English.
The first phrase is turned into a nightmare. This means something started off okay, but ended badly.
For example, I thought the road trip would be fun, but it turned into a nightmare when the car broke down.
The next one is packed with people. This means the place is very crowded.
Like, the mall was packed with people during the holiday season.
Another one is sorted out. This means to solve or fix a problem.
Like, he finally sorted out the issue with his internet bill.
And finally, fingers crossed. This phrase is used when you're hoping for a good outcome.
For example, I submitted my job application yesterday, fingers crossed.
That's right. These phrases are super helpful when you want to sound more fluent and confident.
And the best way to get comfortable using them is by practicing regularly.
Try writing your own dialogue or a short story using today's vocabulary and expressions.
Or talk about a shopping experience you had. Was it smooth, or did it turn into a nightmare?
Leave a comment and share your story with us. We'd love to hear from you.
That's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining us on the #1 English podcast.
Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
See you soon, and happy shopping.
Bye, everyone!